How's it going, everybody? It is Dennis, and we're back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about my dividend income and my option income for the month of February. As you guys know, I do this every single month. At the end of every month, I go over how much I made on dividends, how much I made on options. I am open as possible. I have all my Robinhood history open. As you know, try to be as transparent as possible. And of course, we have our big sheet where it shows all the dividends earned, all the option income earned, as well as from previous months like November, December, and January. Of course, it's February, it's the end of February, so we're going to be going over our February income, and let's go ahead and get straight into it. So for February, we earned $12.06 for OHI. For Stag, we earned $3.96. From Maine, we earned $5.02. From APLY, we earned $19.99, which of course, as you can see, is lower than January, is lower than December, and is a little bit higher than November, but we did increase our sharehold since December, so technically it is still underperforming. And as well for the previous ones, they all overperformed. That's why I did not talk about them. But for TSLY, it is $262.35. So it did underperform as well. But of course, this is before the reverse split. So with the reverse split, we will see what the income is. At the moment, it seems like it's going to be around the 80-cent mark, which is similar to what it is now. Before the reverse split, as we can see right here, maybe you could hit the 90-cent mark, maybe you can even hit the dollar mark, but that we will have to see. With AMZY, AMZY is delivering great returns, not only on the dividends, but on NAV itself. We are currently up somewhere around $500 on AMZY. But as you can see here, we are $135 on dividends, way higher than January, way higher than December and November. Coney, we sold out of that position. We are no longer receiving dividends. We might get back into it later on, but at the moment, I am not going back into Coney. For GOOY, $25.27, higher than previous months, but we did increase our sharehold so then I could receive dividends and invest it back into GOOY. But it seems like, you know, it's still not enough. GOOY's prices are still a little bit too high for me to reinvest back in, so I would have to add a couple more shares, since this one didn't reinvest either. HTGC did not give us any dividends. SPHD paid us $2.61. It stays around the $2 to $3 mark. Nothing impressive, but it is a mostly consistent dividend payer. EFC paid $13.13, higher than any previous months. Then we got $9.59 from DHS, which is lower than December, of course. But December, we did get a bonus for December, but it is higher than January. DGRW did not pay this month. SCHH did not pay this month, and RITM did not pay this month. Of course, you know, I try and be as transparent as possible, and we can see all my dividend income earned since February, and of course the previous months. As February, we have all the dividends we earned, and these are the ones that will be coming up in March. As you can see, HTGC will be paying in March, so this will be filled out in the March time. But it is not March, it is February, so let's go ahead and look at the total dividends received, and that is $488.98. It is lower than all of these previous months that we have recorded. It is lower than November, lower than January and December. Of course, January was the highest with $728.75, and it was our record for amount of income earned from options and dividends, but it's not that bad. We did not receive a lot of dividends this month. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of the boxes were not full. Coney's no longer on the playing field, and a lot of the YieldMax ETFs like TSLY did under-deliver, and APLY under-delivered. So, you know, beggars can be choosers. It was still a good return. I was showing there the option income down there for a second. We'll get to that in a second. But $488.98 from dividends is not bad, especially with my portfolio being majority in options and other high-risk stocks, and dividends being maybe like 25% of my portfolio. Now, let's go ahead and go into dividends, as you guys saw a sneak peek just there for a second. So with RIOT, we earned, let me see if I could go down a little bit more. With RIOT, we earned $919. If we go ahead and look at RIOT history, we can see we did a covered call roll for $675. It was a $16 contract expiring in March, with $675 being the price, the money we earned. And then we also got a $244 put roll where we rolled it from $14 to $13. As you can see right there, we rolled it from 14 contract price to 13. So we limited our risk by $200. We got $200 cash back, and we got another $244 on top of that. So we decreased risk and we got money as well. And as you can see, it was also better than the previous ones. Well, I'm not gonna go. I don't think I could find it. But it was better than previous months. Of course, the return was not better because we did do a couple weekly plays on RIOT in January, and that's why we got $1,056. While here in February, we did do a full-on monthly play, so the return was a little bit less. It was $919 compared to $1,056, but it's only roughly like $100 difference, so it is not that bad. Where it did make up though was once we moved down a little bit more was TSLL, which paid us $213 compared to the $619 from last month. Of course, underperforming, but I did mention this in January's income that we received, the video from January, that I do assume that February is going to be a little bit less, and obviously it was a little bit less, and it is a little bit less as we see right here. But the reason for it being $213 compared to the $619 is because if we go to TSLL, is we're doing weekly trades, and the reason why it's so low is because the weekly trades we're doing is on options we earn. Tesla fell, so volatility fell, therefore the volatility on TSLL fell, and also because I own the shares and I'm trying to get my returns back. TSLL did fall, so my value in the stock itself did fall as well. So I'm trying to earn it back. By earning it back, I'm taking less risky plays. The reason we got $619 the previous month was because I took a risky play, and therefore I had to buy the 500 shares that I was playing on, and now I'm paying the price. Of course, I'm learning. You live, you learn. You know, I decided to take a higher return one month. Now this month I have to take a lower return. But I'm still getting a return even though it is low. As you can see, $6, $19, $20. It's still there. It's low. But we'll see what happens. If Tesla goes up, then so will my option income, and so will my NAV that I lost on TSLL. But we also have another option stock now. We have TNA, which earned us $135. What is TNA? Well, first of all, here's the history of TNA. Earned me $44 today, the day of recording this video, $52 and $39. As you can see, this is only a month of income. This is only one contract as well. And what is TNA? Well, TNA is Direct on Daily Small Cap Bull ETF. That's the full name. But what is it? Well, it trades on small indexes, right? It's a 3 times leveraged ETF based on small cap bull, 3 times shares. That's the name of it. And it trades on small cap stocks, right? So you have the S&P 500, which is a large cap, extreme large cap. It has, you know, companies with billions and millions of dollars. This one's a little bit smaller, and as you can see, it only has 14 holdings, but it is a good ETF to trade because if we look at the 1 year, well, of course, you know, the max, it grows, but if we look at the 1 year, it usually stays around the similar price. If we look at the 3 month, we can see that it bounces around the similar price. Therefore, I am able to do contracts, puts, calls over and over, and therefore it is a constant amount of income. It doesn't change around a lot, right? If we look at RIOT, you know, we can see that we're earning negative money, we're earning more money, we're earning less money. It bounces around a lot, and also you could lose value in your shares because RIOT, of course, is based off Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, while TNA is based off small cap stocks, and therefore it is a larger and safer portfolio, and therefore I could just make constant money and not have to worry about my position. So, how much did I earn on my option income? Well, I earned $1,267 on options. That is with RIOT, Mara, not Mara. Mara, we didn't make anything, but with TSLL and TNA, making me $1,267. And in total, the grand total for this month, we made $1,755.98. So, we did not top last month's income. We did make less, of course, and I did say last month that I will probably make less in February. So my assumptions were correct. My estimate was correct. We did make less than February, but we did make more than November. Of course, more than January. January, we did lose money. So we are doing pretty good. We're still increasing. Of course, we did not increase as much as we did in January, but that was, something I knew going into February. We will see how next month goes. I believe next month it will be better. I am changing up my strategy every single week, every single day. I'm looking at the markets and seeing how I could do. And of course, I'm doing a more safer approach, so I don't have any more negatives like I did in December, and therefore I could grow my account constantly. I'm looking to finally get out of the RIOT position. Hopefully in March, I could finally leave that position and go ahead and move into a safer ETF like TNA, and therefore have a more constant and stable income coming in. As you can see, $135 from just one contract is a pretty good return compared to the 9 covered calls I have on RIOT, and as well 4 puts I have on RIOT. So overall, I have 13 contracts trading and I'm making 919, while my 1 contract on TNA is making 135. And the difference between the prices in these two is roughly 2 times. So I would just say TNA is a little bit safer, a little bit better. I can sleep a little better as well. TSLL is still a good play to have. TSLL trades on Tesla. I am long on Tesla, so I don't mind holding it. I don't mind receiving these low amounts of option income. So I'm okay with that as well. But yeah, that has been my return for this month of February. We did receive lower dividends. We did receive lower option income. But overall, we had a good return for this month of $17.55 and 98 cents. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys took something from this video. Maybe looked into some of the stocks and ETFs that I hold. Do some more research. Try and invest in them. Of course, this is not financial advice, but maybe this is something you guys could go off compared to your own stock portfolio. Now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.